Hello everyone and welcome back to Shrey FC. I hope you all are well and you're good. I don't know to say again, please do hit the like button. It really means a lot to me. And do hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry to say this again, but I just want that to happen. It means a lot to support. But overall, I do want to put your comments and I want to create a good family here of footballing culture. And today I want to discuss on Arsenal and the 5 things Arsenal Football Club need to do to go on and win the league next season. Now, many people see thumbnail and see me angry and disappointment. That's with Havertz and if he works at Arsenal. And before I start, Arsenal fans, I'll tell you I'm a neutral fan. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I'm absolutely neutral in this video. If you subscribe to this channel, you'll know it. And I think these are the 5 reasons I think Arsenal should do for next season for them to be winning against Manchester City. This is a bit of recap of the last season. Arsenal were just fantastic. For me, they were the best team in the league to watch, even better than Manchester City in terms of football. Arsenal were beautiful to watch. On one hand, as a rival, it made me jealous, but that was beautiful football, free-flowing football. And Mikel Arteta, I got it wrong. He has done a spectacular job. Odegaard is a revelation. I've always rated him and always wanted him to do well, and he really played well. Saka is one of my favorite players from rival clubs, and it was so good to see him do well. Martinelli, for me, I've always rated that kid, and what a performance. Gabriel Jesus stunned me. He was fantastic. So quickly, Zinchenko really came and made a difference, and especially Gabriel and Saliba. What a pair. But they finished second, they collapsed in the end. But what are some things they can do to get back and win the league against Manchester City next season when United with the new ownership can be stronger, Liverpool can be stronger, the league will be stronger. So what they have to do to win the league next season. And before I start, I'll tell you, Arsenal will be in the title race next season. For people hoping they're going to crumble, nah. So coming on to the first thing they can do, and that is the midfield department. Now, their midfield for most of the campaign really played out of the skins and really played well. Thomas Partey played spectacular for most of the 80% of the campaign. Granit Xhaka played well for most of the campaign and was a beautiful player to watch. And he's a story and inspiration when anything goes wrong. There's still some hope left. And Arsenal fans, they were not really good understanding. Arsenal fans used to boo him, he threw his shirt. But this season, he made everything up. The way he played, he repaid Arteta's trust to keep playing him when fans wanted him sold. And it was a good story, but he might be leaving the club this season. Thomas Partey, the way he fell off in the end of campaign, as much as he really played well, that left a bit of disappointment of what can be next season. Is he reliable for the whole campaign? And then El Neni was injured for the whole campaign, and he's a good player. I respect him. He's a very loyal person, but he's not a player that's going to win the Premier League. That's respectfully I'm saying that. And then you go on towards Jorginho. I'm a Chelsea fan and I can tell you really he's a good player and really can do well in a possession based system, and he's a good signing, but he's not a player that's going to win you the league, play regularly. He's a player that can be really great in the cup competitions and can play to his best ability if he's partner with someone that can do the dirty work. So Arsenal need to really recoup a Granit Xhaka replacement, and they need to get a Thomas Partey replacement for me, or even a player better than him. And for me, Arsenal minimum to minimum need to get Declan Rice on the hand. They cannot keep hinging. It doesn't matter for a club like size of Arsenal to pay extra 10 million, but you do it. Now, Edu has done a fantastic job with Arteta to bring Arsenal here. They both are really combined well, but now it's no time for penny pinching. You're back in the Champions League. It's time for Kroenke to show the ambition that we aren't a top 4 club. We are going to win the Premier League, and it's time for Arsenal to not penny pinch, pay the money. Declan Rice has to be at the door, and then even if they don't get a Caicedo, they need to do everything possible that they can to get Lavia. Now, I as a Chelsea fan want Lavia, and I don't know why every club is not trying. With Lavia, you have a young player who won't have the pressure of playing straight away. It could be Rice and Partey being the midfield, and Partey and Lavia and Rice and Jorginho, and Arsenal have a very good midfield to fight in all competitions. Second point they need to do is a Saka backup. For me, Bukayo Saka was insane last season. And I don't know why he's getting criticism for falling at the end of the campaign. The guy played mostly every game, and it's understandable he can fall off. Gabriel Martinelli had 2-3 game run where he wasn't good, but there was Trossard to compete with him. With Bukayo Saka, there's no one to compete. Reece Nelson is a very good player, and I think Reece Nelson can play multiple positions, left wing, right wing. I think Smith Rowe for me is more like a cam, and thereby Arsenal still need a player that's going to be very good at that position and much more prolific. And I think with Reece Nelson and bringing Kai Havertz in, I think this could be the case Arsenal are trying to do. And I think the thing that I'm trying to tell you people is Reece Nelson contract extension, so he can sometimes back Bukayo Saka up, and in some matches you can even play Havertz at the right wing and try to have a combination of Havertz and then have a combination of Gabriel Martinelli and then have the combination of Gabriel Jesus, and then really try to play another good understanding, because Havertz might not be a quickest person, but Havertz really combines well with a good team. So I think with Havertz, with Reece Nelson, with a fully fit Smith Rowe for some games, that is something Arsenal have already done. And when Havertz gets on the line, they have really backed up this position for me. They don't need to straight away go and sign a really player that can play like Bukayo Saka. That's going to cost a lot of money in the market. With Havertz versatility, as people saw the video I made earlier, Havertz is a good signing for Arsenal, and he can play many positions which can help them. That brings me to another one, that is another backup, and that's one more centre back. Now people will say we still have a KVR, we still have a Holding, but I think Holding is not good enough for Arsenal, and he might leave before the start of the season. Gabriel and Saliba cannot keep playing every game together. When Saliba got injured, Arsenal really fell off. If Saliba was fit, I still think City would have won it, but Arsenal will never have collapsed the way they did. William Saliba was a massive miss, and you cannot just rely on two centre-backs to try to win the Premier League, try to compete in the Champions League, try to win a Carabao Cup, try to win a FA Cup. That is impossible. You cannot do it with two centre-backs being fit for the whole season. Manchester City have a Kanji, they have Ruben Diaz, they have John Stones, they have Laporte. That is the way we won the league. And Kiwior is a young guy, and Arsenal for me at least need to bring, even if a young guy, a competent centre-back. And I think Mark Guehi might be just that, where Mark Guehi is an experienced Premier League player, and Mark Guehi, KVR, Gabriel, Saliba can be the four centre-backs where Arsenal can compete at all fronts next season. That brings me to another point, and that is plan B. And I think this is the reason Kai Havertz is being signed by Arsenal. This is the exact reason. Last season, a lot of times Arteta was sometimes criticized that at the end of the campaign he should have shifted the formation, should have shifted the playing style, because it just wasn't working for Arsenal. The draws against Southampton, West Ham, they did not have the ability to change the game. The starting 11 was one of the best in the league, but they were not able to change the fortune of the game, or really change it like a formation before a game if the team is tired, or a new idea to bring a bit of freshness. That was a problem with Arsenal Football Club last season. With Kai Havertz, there's a lot of possibilities they can really function, and this is what Chelsea fans are not getting. Why this could be good signing for them, but I think if we get 68 million, good for us if we can get a Caicedo, but had to bring that up. But coming on to the main point, Havertz can make them play a lot of positions. When you bring Kai Havertz, you can even play the formation Manchester is doing, 3-2-4-1. In some matches, you can play in the midfield Rice and Partey, and then you can have Odegaard and you can have Havertz playing the two cams, two number 10s, attacking cams, and with Saka, Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus when you're playing against a low block side. Havertz, Odegaard, creativity, late run in the box, Jesus, Martinelli, Saka. That's scary. That's scary. And also you can play sometimes a 4-3-3 formation like Manchester City do in a more attacking way, with Rice playing as a DM, Odegaard and Havertz playing the two midfielders like we used to see with Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, where Havertz can play as a number 8 or even a number 10. You can also give a bit of rest to Odegaard. So this is why Havertz signing makes a sense, and it can allow Arteta to change in the formations and have a plan B. So with Havertz signing, and I think most probably if they sign Mark Guehi, Declan Rice, I think they could have a lot of plan B next season. If Arsenal can sign Rice, they can sign Lavia, they can sign even Havertz and don't sign anyone else, there's still a very good season, because Declan Rice can play as a centre back, and that could be a massive window for Arsenal Football Club. And that brings me to last point, and that is take all competition serious. Last season, I do understand why Arsenal fans were coming with these, because they did not have a very big squad. So they were worried if Martinelli, Saka or Jesus get injured, our whole season can derail. They did well even if Jesus was out for 2 months, but they were worried for other players in the team, which is very understandable. And you were seeing things coming out, bigger fish to fry. There was a Premier League. I'd rather win a league than a Europa League, and that was good. But also you can also win a league and a Europa League and a Carabao Cup, league and a FA Cup. Now what happened is, I do know Manchester City have 2 squads in Italy, so that is incomparable, but you should be knocking out Sporting. And sometimes when you lose a match, winning another match breeds more confidence, it breeds more enthusiasm. When Arsenal drew to Southampton, let's say they played a Europa League game, they beat a team 4-0, that brings the confidence and happiness and a bit of momentum. And that's why for me, especially if they get Declan Rice in the door, Lavia in the door and Havertz in the door, and they have Saka, Havertz, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Trossard, their players, Gabriel Jesus and Nketiah in the attacking department, Odegaard as well. You go to midfield, Rice, Lavia, Partey, Jorginho, Elneny. They will have Gabriel, Saliba, KVR, where Rice can play as a centre back, and if they sign Mark Guehi, they will have Zinchenko, and if they sign a new left back, they will also have Ben White with Tomiyasu, who should be fit for next season. And then you'll have goalkeeper in Ramsdale, where goalkeepers can play most games. Arsenal should be taking all competition serious because winning breeds confidence. And let's say they win a Carabao Cup. We have always seen a Carabao Cup victory mostly results in a very good end to the season. So these were 5 things I think Arsenal should be doing for coming back next season and winning the league this time. I hope you people like and agree. Please do hit the likes and subscribe, and do put your opinion in the comment section on what should Arsenal be doing. Thank you everyone. Hope everyone has a great day. Please support the channel. Thank you.